Hello, hello, hello. How's everyone doing this morning? Hope all is well. Black Bean Simpson here. This is what a beautiful sight, huh? Got two LGBT women kissing, getting consummated or married or whatever you want to call that. I don't know what you want to call that. Married, getting married, and marrying in this guess in this relationship turned pretty pretty bad for the woman that isn't returning the hug back by the looks. So this woman, New Jersey woman, forces. I have no idea. Sri Lankan, like Lincoln, uh, Lankan, Lankan woman to marry her, enslaved her for 9 years. Students and supporters welcome teacher. Oh wait, no, that's this video had nothing. That's interesting. Why they would do that? Why would they do that? Have a video that has nothing to do with the actual article. But a Sukukus, a Sukukus woman have been accused of enslavement for allegedly forcing a Sri Lankan national to work for 9 years without pay. Federal prosecutor said. Alaya Ahmad Fahla Ali Hanati, Hunati, oh Hannity, looks like it. 43 was arraigned Wednesday in federal court in Camden and charged with forced labor, alien harboring, and marriage fraud. Attorney said Hanati, also known as Ala no, oh my God, I don't even Carter. Quarter. Can you just get them American names when they come to America, please? It just really help. The Chinese already do it because they're nice about doing that because they understand. It makes it really easy. Plus, they actually like our names, so you know that. Come on over, Asians. But anyways, brought the victim to the United States, and I don't think Asians do this type of shit all the time. I mean, they got their own type, but they don't. But anyways, and United States in 2009 on a temporary visa for domestic work, then caused her to overstay her visa. So she brought her over and pretty much just kidnapped her. That's yeah. This is why we need better vetting processes on these people. Like, and at the same time, this is why we need such consequences to people like this. That when people come to our country, they realize if they do something fucked up like this, it's done. It's done. Like you don't come over this country to take advantage of other people. That's first of all like that. That's disgusting. We gave you the opportunity to make it, not to come over here and then take advantage of people that want to join with your success. That's is disgusting. And again, where's all the women on this? Where's all the feminists? Oh, feminists, 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 feminists. Oh, it's pretty echoing here. It's a you guys. It's one of those head scratchers. Like when feminists talk about oppression, oppression, all these things, but yet when there's situations like this, like there's no outpour, and I don't expect them to be like no more refugees, no more immigrants, no more whatever. You know, I don't expect it. That's kind of dumb to do either on either side. It's more like why aren't you asking for a better vetting process? Why aren't you at least asking what went wrong here? Like aren't people supposed to check up on these people? Wasn't there an address where this woman lived and why wasn't she checked up on? Wasn't she at all checked up on that entire time that her visa was good, was not expired yet? I mean, you would think a lot of these stuff would have been like, reviewed and kept up on, but I mean, who knows? Maybe some of this stuff was, and then it was just they were lied to. I don't know. But if you come here and the next thing you know, you're not being paid for your work and all this stuff that you were supposedly were promised, You gotta ask yourself what's up with that. Gotta ask yourself what's up. So now I'm gonna just keep on reading this right here. So Hannity, or however you pronounce that, allegedly forced the victim to work without pay and limited her interaction with the outside world. In 2018, Hannity forced the victim to marry her so she could get legal residency and continue to work without pay, according to the court document. Hannity was, I'm going to pronounce it, Hannity was arrested in September 19th and was pleaded not guilty as a free and is free on a $150,000 unsecured bond. She faces a maximum penalty of 20 years in prison for forced labor and a possible fine of $250,000 or equivalent of lost wages. Whichever is greater, she faces up to 5 years for each charge of alien harboring and marriage fraud. This is really interesting, and again, one of those things like, why isn't nobody talking about this? So the U.S. Attorney Craig Carpenento credited a Newark Division of U.S. Immigration and Custom Enforcement with the investigation leading to the indictment. They reached out to the attorney, but he could not reach for immediate comment. Of course, he doesn't want to reach out for a comment on that. Jeez. It's a sensitive issue right there, isn't it? But this isn't one of those isolated things when it comes to people from this region. They're actually it's quite common of such treatment to people in that region. The level of violence and abuse that is perpetuated within those cultures over in the Middle Eastern countries to lower class people. I mean, it's on an epidemic level that no one does not want to talk about, and it's just like one of those things. I'm just like, when you have these people who are in support of like headbands and all these things that are like hiding your face and stuff, and yet you have this huge group of low class people that are treated this way, and they're forced to wear that stuff on their face. You got to wonder, like, what are you really supporting here? Are you supporting the elite of those countries that are forcing the lower class people to do what they do? Because that's what it seems like. It seems like you are supporting essentially tyranny onto other people. And that's what you like because somehow you just like that look. You like the material. You like looking sexy in a new way. It's pretty messed up. But this I'm going to leave off right here. I'm going to show you this is how messed up these people can be. 24 nails. And my screen just. What's free? This I'm gonna leave it off here. Ariawati says was her punishment for saying she was 24 nails. 24 nails hammered into her hands, legs, and forehead by her Saudi employers.
They told me they would slit my throat if I screamed, so I had to keep silent and bear it. What else could I do?
Ariawati moved to Saudi Arabia in March. Little did she know her job would become a living hell. Nearly 2 million Sri Lankans travelled overseas last year in search of work. 1.4 million of them were employed in the Middle East, mostly as domestic helpers. Now back in Sri Lanka, Ariawati on Friday underwent surgery to remove some of the nails from her body.
The nervous system and internal organs can be damaged by having nails like this. It can also lead to germs entering and spreading within the body, so we are trying to remove as many of these as possible.
The Saudi government has yet to comment on her case. Whilst her wounds may cause shock and outrage, human rights organisations say this type of abuse is all too common. Laura Kyle, Al Jazeera.
So you can find this stuff. You can find all this stuff on YouTube. like that. That Saudi Arabia employee hammer nails. That one white part that you've seen, I believe that was like a piece of nail still in. That's like pushing on her skin from the inside. Like that last little shot um of X-ray too screen that was showing a nail that was still left in her. I mean, this is the treatment, and this is seen all too often in these areas, in these regions, from India to all the way over to like Egypt area, and probably through the South America or through Africa too, probably. Um, it's just this is the way that they treat each other there, and this is the people that you want to let over into these Western countries, and you want to force these people onto other countries like Japan and stuff. Like, get out of here with your virtue signaling. If you think these people are so great, let them live with you, and then when they murder you, that's when we'll prosecute them, and then we'll either send them off onto an island or we'll execute them. We'll do what we needed to do to begin with. But first, we'll let them live with you, the one that thinks that they are perfectly okay. And we'll, after what? Maybe we'll give it about 2 years. Let's do 2 years. After 2 years, everything's good to go. Okay, they can they can continue to simulate into our country. But beyond that, a lot of these people from these countries, unless they have a merit, unless they have a record of excellence that they can show behind them, I don't really care for them to come in our country and put our children and our adult and our women and our men at risk of these people and their just craziness, and also the risk of other immigrants like this. It's just, or just like the New Jersey case. This is just, it's just one of those sad, gut wrenching things. Gut wrenching things. Luckily, it was all because she got caught during trying to force her to get married, force her lesbianness onto this woman. Now I understand why. I mean, kind of did, but why Ann Coulter said, "What is that? The sexual exotic creatures." Yeah, exotic doesn't always mean nice either. Sometimes it means poisonous in in the animal world. If you like this podcast, please like and subscribe. If you didn't like this podcast, please still like and subscribe. And please share, everyone. Thank you for listening. Have a great day and a weekend.